first time in my life, I said, okay, I'm open. And 3 weeks after making this prayer or intention, I heard a literal voice in my head. Each of us has a completely unique way of looking at life. But most of us, and myself included, are trying to do things a certain way. I was a very, very stubborn person until my 40s. I wanted to do this, this, and this, and I wanted it then. I wanted it at a certain time in my life. And I had to completely surrender. So, this is where the spiritual side of my work started. When I started to realize nothing that I'm doing is actually very, it's not a foundation, it's not strong, it's not lasting. And I had to kind of go, okay, what should I be? Is there some guidance I can get here? And I made a request. I said, I'd like to be doing more with music. I'm open now, right? For the first time in my life, I said, okay, I'm open. And 3 weeks after making this prayer or intention, I heard a literal voice in my head. And I don't know if everyone would hear it as a voice. They might see it or they might realize something. But I heard do a singing workshop for adults.
Mm.
And I knew that it was guidance because I didn't want to do it. I did not want to do a singing workshop for adults because that was teaching. And my mom's the music teacher in the family. But this time I reminded myself I had asked for the help. And I decided that I would test that idea. And this is a lot of people feel like when they get guidance or when they have an idea that they need to think it the whole way through and then they'll decide if it's the right thing or the wrong thing. But actually, usually it's through taking small steps in a certain direction that we figure out if it's going to work or not. And I mean, we call it market research in business.
Mhm.
But we don't do that in our everyday life. We feel like we need to have it sort figured out before we start. But I decided I'm going to just do take one step. I knew that there was a guy that had a venue, that he knew people, that he would be a little bit supportive, and with his help, Declan Cosgrove was his name. I was able to run my classes and have them full basically from the very beginning in those first few months. And within 6 months, I had a name for my business, I had a Facebook page, but I just started with one singing workshop for adults. I just followed that voice and did one. And it's been the most fulfilling journey.